Wherever we look in the world, we see debt. Let's examine a few countries. America's debt has exceeded $38 trillion. The European Union carries $14 trillion. Japan is around $9 trillion. Even oil-rich nations and countries thought to have full coffers like Germany and China are in debt. So here's the real question. If everyone is in debt, then who is this money owed to? This is where the story gets interesting. Welcome to Money History Archive, where money, power, and history meet at the same point. Debt is not just a burden, it's the foundation of today's world. Wars, crises, economic booms, and collapses, all of them sit on top of an invisible network of debt. And when you pull the end of that network long enough, you face a very strange truth. The world isn't actually indebted to a specific country. It's indebted to itself, to the system. But that doesn't mean everyone benefits equally. Today, total global debt has exceeded $315 trillion. That's nearly 3 times the size of the world economy. How did we get here? To find the answer, we must return to the past. The idea of national debt didn't begin on Wall Street, as many assume. It began in war. In 1694, while England was fighting France, it started running out of gold. The king turned to merchants and said, "Finance me, and I'll pay you lifelong interest." To manage this arrangement, the Bank of England was created, marking a new chapter in history. This was the first time a state could spend money it didn't yet have. In return, merchants received a promise from the government, a bond. That day was the seed of the modern financial system we use today. France, the Netherlands, and later the United States all adopted this system. Debt became not a problem, but a display of power. Empires once conquered land for gold. Now they issued bonds to collect interest. The battlefield moved onto the balance sheet. Today, debt has become the main fuel of the world economy, and everyone is indebted. Governments, banks, and even us, through our taxes, savings, and pension funds. But who is the real creditor? Let's start with the United States. Half of its $38 trillion debt is held by investors. Most of those investors are Americans, banks, funds, insurance companies, even the Federal Reserve. The remaining 1/3 is foreign-owned. Japan holds about $1 trillion, China around $800 billion. So the statement America owes China is true, but it represents only 2% of the total. The rest? America owes America. And this cycle works the same way all around the world. Everyone lends to each other. Everyone uses each other's debt. A massive chain of trust. And the only thing keeping that chain alive is that no one leaves the game. But above all of this, there is another power. The markets. Markets determine which country can borrow cheaply and which will suffer. When confidence disappears, currencies collapse. Governments fall. Democracy decides who governs. Markets decide who survives. And at the center of this system sits the sacred machine, central banks. Central banks don't just manage debt, they create new debt. Every bond purchase injects new money into the system. Every dollar is a unit of debt somewhere else. There is no such thing as debt-free money. Every banknote carries an invisible, "you owe me." This cycle worked for years because of confidence, until confidence started to fracture. Greece, Argentina, Sri Lanka. When trust collapses, the IMF steps in. Rating agencies step in. Anonymous bondholders step in. People suffer. The debt structure simply changes its name and continues. Because in the modern world, debt isn't designed to be repaid. It's designed to roll over. Governments don't plan to pay their debt. They plan to renew it. Economists call this refinancing. The real product is the interest, the price of stability. Think of the United States. It will never truly pay off its debt. Japan has been rolling over its debt for decades. The world treats government debt as a safe asset. For banks, it's collateral. For central banks, it's money. If one day the U.S. paid all its debt, the world economy would collapse, because the heart of the system would stop. That's why governments keep issuing more debt. Not chaotically, but rhythmically. Debt is now the heartbeat of capitalism. And this is why politicians who say we will balance the budget are selling an illusion. The goal is not to eliminate debt, it's to keep the cycle alive. Because when confidence is gone, the system shuts down. And here's the secret. Debt isn't meant to be repaid. It's meant to look like it's being repaid. As long as confidence continues, debt can expand. But confidence doesn't spread equally. Interest flows upward. Those who pay the debt are below. Those who earn from it are above. This cycle exists everywhere, from family budgets to national economies. Debtors and creditors are not opposites. They're parts of the same engine. The problem appears when the engine runs out of fuel. Then the question, who do we owe, stops being abstract and becomes personal. Because at the top, there is no single face to blame. It's all of them and us. Today, debt itself has become money. Governments issue it, banks multiply it, investors sell it, and we use it. But if one day trust disappears, the illusion collapses, and we remember what debt truly is, a promise that cannot be kept forever. If this gave you a new perspective, hit subscribe. History holds all the answers. I'll show you where to look.